What's up, guys? It's Bobby.
And Logan.
And we're back again, this time for a little gaffer between the start of Kingdom Hearts, or the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 and the start of Kingdom Hearts 2. We're here with SC2VN, which stands for Starcraft 2 Visual Novel.
This is going to be exciting.
Logan's very excited. I assure you.
I'm a fan of Starcraft.
Yes.
So
That's why I picked it. I remember going through to try to find a visual novel to play, and I found Panzer Models. And I saw this, I'm like, well, if I can ever get Logan to play it, it's totally his bag. So let's start a new game.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
SC2VN is a visual novel about StarCraft in South Korea and the people who play it. If you're new to esports of StarCraft, you can watch a short, voice-acted scene that will introduce you to professional StarCraft. Or you can watch the scene later in the extras menu and get right into the action.
I know how it works.
Alright.
I know what StarCraft does.
In SC2VN, you can choose the gender of the main character, Mach. The choice will mostly impact how he or she appears. The story differences are minor. Now select the main character. Would you like to be a boy or a girl?
The dude.
Okay.
Looks a little weird.
Begin the story as a male character? Yes.
Yes. I'd like to rethink my decisions. I think that was an option. I'd like to rethink my decisions.
My life decisions. There's a certain feeling that every StarCraft player gets before they lose. By the way, I'm gonna voice the this part, and then you voice all the characters.
Okay.
Most try to ignore it at first, as the inevitable is just another challenge to fight through. Like their past mistakes don't count if they just try a little bit harder. It's a natural thing. To believe otherwise contradicts the hours we spend practicing. So every player must eventually come to terms with a defeat. That they have to queue up for another game, or maybe that they flew across the world for nothing. I haven't met many players that can take a loss in stride. It's painful, it's permanent, it's proof that your best isn't always enough. Fuck, we look depressed.
Yeah.
Long after my elimination, I remain at the PC with a blank look on my eye, or in my eye. Click shoot towards my fingertips as I leap from page to page. A tournament update mentions my defeat in passing, but no one acknowledges it. When my frustration fades, I'm only left with guilt. And then I fade away to nothingness. The end.
That's rough.
I should have practiced harder. I consider sticking around to watch the final few games, but the knot in my stomach persuades me to avoid any more stress. People are nice enough to a foreigner with a heart to attempt a Star League qualifier. But without a win, I'm just one more in a long line of losers. Fucking loser.
Damn.
We're a loser.
That's rough. Sounds like it.
Yeah.
We're freaking defeatist.
Hundreds spend their best years chasing the esports dream. 1 in 50 make it. This is for those that don't. That's us, Logan.
That's reality.
Yeah. We didn't make it. Well, hey, StarCraft 2.
Nice.
Every game of StarCraft begins the same.
I do like the Terran.
Gather resources, train a worker, construct a building, rally an army, defend a base, contest the map, turn something small into something more. The game is punishing, it's stressful, it's draining, it builds you up and tears you down. It's not for everyone. It may not even be for me. How many more chances am I going to get? Was that my last? Probably. Oh, the feeling is back. The soul-crushing darkness. Why am I still trying? Why can't I quit? My fist rattles at the desk and sends a plastic bottle onto the floor. With my chin in my hand, I throw myself into the match replay.
Oh, dang. He's gonna relive it?
I think this is a glossary. Glossary for the word ladder. I force down a measured breath. Losing a throwaway ladder game shouldn't bother a player of my rank. Scout denial and my poor control of the final fight gave my opponent an edge. In retrospect, my mistakes seem obvious. I toy with the conclusion that he was hacking before realizing that I'm just making excuses. No, I should have been able to win that one. Fucking hacks. Hacks wars.
Jeez.
Aimbots in StarCraft. Despite the Game Master badge next to my handle, I find myself too anxious to queue up for another game. I don't know what's the Game Master?
Huh?
Is that just really high ranked player?
Game Master?
Yeah.
Game Master badge would most likely be... Probably he went to the event and he lost at like a LAN.
Oh, okay.
So he went to the event center and that's probably his badge to get in.
Okay.
I'd assume so.
The loss at the Victory Star League qualifier earlier today isn't helping my mindset. I come in my tiny room with a look, restless and unmotivated. You really have nothing else but your computer. a single shirt on a wall.
And a poster.
And a poster. Keep out. You can't go in that wall. Sitting alone in a dark room for extended periods of time is incredibly depressing. No shit.
Yeah.
A fact I learned only when it became a significant part of my life. Only one thing is certain, I've got to get out of here.
Time to queue it for a game of League.
Yep.
Feel worse.
It feels bad, man. No, it's a Starcraft game. We're going to play Heroes of the Storm. Thank you very much.
True. Blizzard property. Overwatch.
After double checking that my apartment's door is locked, I hustle down the stairs and onto the sidewalk. Light grows with each step towards the shining skyline.
Ooh, nice.
Whole bunch of the same building, copy and pasted forever. That one's the same as that one, and that one's pretty much the same over there. Catchy pop beats and posters of flawless models dominate street after street. Foot traffic is thick and impatient. Seoul Tower stands tall from a distant hilltop. So he moved to Korea.
Yes.
Just to play StarCraft.
You have to understand, in Korea, this is actually considered... There's enough money in it that this can be a way of life.
Oh.
And it's considered in their culture to be a fairly good way of life. Like, if you're good at it, you're considered and higher up, like, skill level-wise, people respect you.
Oh, good.
The foundation of Korean esports was founded on StarCraft. Like, back when Brood War came out.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, like, how esports got started, if it didn't get started with CSGO. But CSGO was more of a European thing.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about esports. I can talk to people about it.
I knew stuff about esports whenever Halo 3 was. That's about it.
Yeah.
But even the lingering excitement of life in a faraway place can't dredge me out of my hopelessness. Sometimes, especially on days like this, I regret pursuing esports. It's a thought I've had more times than I care to admit since coming to South Korea. Even saying that, I know I can't keep myself from competing. It's in my nature, and truth be told, this damn game is the only thing I'm good at. Walking, no. Breathing, no. Writing, no. Can't draw worth a shit.
StarCraft, yes. StarCraft.
What is StarCraft? Some respond with an explanation in its game mechanics or its storyline. There are other popular answers too. That it requires the dexterity of a pianist alongside the strategic thinking of a chess player. Only StarCraft 2 players say that to make themselves feel better. Maybe...
That's mainly an RTS thing.
Yeah. Maybe that's what StarCraft is to most people. But to the hundreds who carve out their living on it, StarCraft isn't such a simple thing. It's the embodiment of competition, a perfect playing field. No need for athletic genes, rabid parents, tutting tutors, or expensive summer camps. You pick up the game on your own. You learn, you improve, you work. If you're good enough, you can become a god.
That's a common term in Korea.
You live on top of Seoul Tower if you're the best StarCraft 2 player.
Of course.
And you throw lightning down on the peasants.
You become Zeus.
Yes.
You command the plebes below your rank to worship you. Mm-hmm. I am the 9-pool god. Get away from me.
Oh, fuck. And if you fail, you stay a nobody. Text just kind of popped in there. I'm not building towards a long-term career. I'm friendless in a foreign country. I'm respected by no one, especially not the player right now. If I don't qualify for the VSL next month, I'll be back home at square one. I'll be nothing. But hey, at least I play video games all day. The best life.
There's another thing in esports that's very rough is if you don't compete well, you're just wrecked.
Yeah. This is a character.
There we go.
Go for it.
Finally. Are you completely sure you haven't forgotten anything? Do you have enough money for the cab when you land? Are you sure that the apartment got your money? Is your cell phone charged? You brought an extra charger, right?
Took all your shots.
Mom, I'm fine. Please, nothing bad is going to happen.
Is that the Terran symbol?
Yes.
Fucking Terran players.
Remember, there won't be anyone to do your laundry, cook your meals, or wake you up when you oversleep. Budget well, and you'll have 2 months. Okay, that sounded weird.
Yeah.
I won't hear anything about a loan for the flight home.
That was the back of my hand hitting the front of my hand. Beat the shit out of you. Fucking Korea. It takes effort to keep a frown on my face. I'm certain that my parents came to see me off only so that they could say they did. I've already sunk the entirety of my savings into this. Now isn't the time for second thoughts. Dad gestures towards the security line and taps his watch twice. What a prick.
Go on. The sooner this is over with, the better.
Fuck you.
Dang. Oh, come back in one piece, hon.
Like One Piece. Like Luffy to the Monkey Man. It stretches.
Jeez.
Monkey to Luffy, whatever his name is.
Yes, you're right.
Nothing comes when I think of how to respond, so I only nod. Without another word, my parents walk away. No, I love you. Nothing. Nothing at all. Fucking cold.
Now, this is another thing they're probably trying to play on. Oh, I'm not going to read this yet. I want to talk about this. Okay. This is another thing they're probably playing on. They probably don't believe that he's going to be successful because most likely he comes from the NA scene, North American scene or something like that, where esports is not respected, not even in the slightest. Okay. Like, they don't think you're going to succeed, so they're basically telling you you're probably going to
fail.
You're probably going to fail, come back,
yeah,
and actually get a real job.
Yeah.
Air quotes.
Video games isn't a job, we say on YouTube.
If you're talented enough, you can do it, but you have to have the personality to do
That's
it.
True.
He has to make his own mistakes, as I just fucking said.
Yep.
Called it.
I tighten my fist, pace quickening. Even though I want to prove everyone who's doubted me wrong, I'm tired of losing for no one's sake but my own. With the sun long set, overhead signs watch the streets in color. I've wandered so far that a walk back to my apartment would almost take half an hour. My renowned drive to practice my craft drives my search for a place to play. It's not long before I see the words I'm looking for. PC Bang. So you fuck computers, right?
Probably not.
Oh. The amount of foot traffic suggests it's a pretty popular internet cafe. A sign on the front of the window reads Golden Zone Fire. I'm guessing a PC Bang is like a PC cafe.
Yes. Well, mainly that's where you go to play games. Like, you probably don't stay in your apartment to play games. Mm. I would assume you would just go to a PC cafe to go play games.
Though I've only visited them a few times, PC Bangs are one of the things that interested me most about Korea when I first got into Starcraft. Duking out for champion status of a neighborhood cafe is old school cool. Like the type of western where a sheriff defends his turf against upstarts and outlaws. You're playing fucking Starcraft 2, dude. I hate to break it to you. It's not... I mean, it's cool you play video games for a living in Korea. You're still...
In Korea, you are the top. You are the top man.
On the other hand, no one's gonna boot the door open and like pull his gun and go Starcraft draw. Then you Zerg rush him and he fucking tilts. It's an ideal that takes a little bit dated. It's an ideal that's a little bit dated. I don't know where I got takes from. It's an ideal that's a little bit dated these days. Most Starcraft 2 competition takes place either online or in broadcast studios. I'll admit, I've daydreamed about being bored a decade earlier and playing the original esport Brood War during its rise alongside the PC Bang.
Brood War, yes.
A better time, or so they say online. Poor all these scrubs.
It was considered the purest form of competition. I
trundle troll up the stairs and pass through the doorway. Immediately struck by the size of the place. There has to be at least 80 computers. That place is gonna be fucking hot.
Yeah.
The crowd is too large for an ordinary evening. There are more people than there are PCs even, obviously. All these people. One at each PC. I indulge my curiosity in the first person I see. A dark-haired guy observing a match of StarCraft 2 from behind someone's shoulder.
Excuse me, is there any event going on?
The guy turns and looks at me
like
I'm speaking something other than Korean. After a brief silence, he responds.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. Are you new or something? How have you never heard of all-out attack? Rival. Yeah, I'm new, just asking.
He hums and glances away for a moment. Though he doesn't apologize, he does fill me in. Yeah, he does.
Golden Zone Fire hosts a StarCraft 2 tournament called All Out Attack once a month. It's one of the few places you'll find a decent player outside of an online cup or a Star League. Used to be a Brood War tournament, actually. I see. Thanks, man. Who are you here to cheer for?
He only stares in response. The guy walks away with a shake of his head, mumbling something about foreigners. Fucking white guys, I know. The back of his shirt sports a Korean Pro Gamer Association logo. Oh, he must be a Brood War fan. None of the StarCraft teams under KPGA's regulations compete in anything except the original game, Brood War. Understandably, they don't want to fracture a scene they've worked hard to build up. And that's lucky for those of us trying to keep from drowning in a game that's already deep with talent. KPGA players train for unbelievable hours. Well, I came here to practice, and now I'm presented with an excellent chance to do so, if what that guy said is true. A few stairs follow me as I walk up to the front to put my name on a sign-up list. I must look like a tourist in over my head. I'm definitely not the first foreigner to go abroad for esports, but most come to South Korea only once they have the results or fame. So you did it backwards. After playing for an hour's worth of PC time at my front desk, paying for an hour's worth of PC time at the front desk, I settled for a station that has a mouse and keyboard similar to my setup back home.
Wait a second. He didn't get, like, found? He didn't get, like, discovered by a team?
No, he just went to South Korea.
Oh, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. I thought he got discovered by, like, a small team or something, and they wanted to move him there.
He's packed up. He's like, I got my savings, going to South Korea now, bye.
That's not how most esports work. Like, you're just not going to pick up everything and leave, because that's very risky in case you don't get picked up.
Very good, and at the same time, completely unnoticed.
Yes.
A few months later, I joined my opponent's game lobby just in time for the start of the first round. His name isn't familiar, so I check his profile to see if he's ranked midway through Master League. Not bad for a casual player. Seems eager enough by the rate he's spamming "go go" in the pregame chat. The game gets underway once I confirm that I'm ready.
Oh boy.
Workers, minerals, Vespine gas, and a command center. I start out every match with only these resources at my disposal. It's my job to turn them into something that I can defeat my opponent. Generally, that means I need to build structures capable of training units for my army. My build order determines how my end-of-the-game matchup plays out. This game, I've opted for a quick Hellion attack. Not only will it offer me a chance to deal some damage to my opponent, but it will also allow me to scout.
Ooh, greedy Zerg.
But it seems I don't have much to worry about. My opponent went for a greedy build order, focusing entirely on his economy instead of his army. Unfortunately for him, the match isn't going to last long enough for that risk to pay off. My Hellions make short work of a single queen and handful of Zerglings. With his front line out of the way, I'm free to rush into his mineral line and roast his workers, denying him the resources he needs to muster an army. Facing down a marine reinforcement is not long before my Zerg opponents type out two letters GG. Easy.
Ah, don't say easy, that's disrespect.
Too easy.
GG.
As soon as the victory screen displays, anxiety floods out of my body. Starcraft is tense. It isn't an exaggeration to say that there's never a moment to relax until a match is over. Bristling with confidence, I go to check my next opponent. And it's Excel.
The program?
Yes.
He's fighting the spreadsheet
He's
program?
gonna destroy that spreadsheet. I draw my lips on a line and let my shoulders slouch. Well, that's the end of this tournament run. Excel is one of South Korea's strongest Terran players. He's well known for his old-school crowd, balanced playstyle, and friendly banter. He lost in the round of 8 of last year's VSL, a respectable finish, if not a high-paying one. From what I remember, Excel was a damn good Brood War player, but he was out of his prime when the sequel hit last year, so it makes sense that he switched. While I'm considering what sort of rush I should do to steal a win, I feel a tap on my shoulder in turn.
Huh? So you're a foreigner?
So you are a foreigner.
So you are a foreigner. Oh, okay. Wait, I thought he'd asked as a question.
And find none other than the man himself standing there. This is a bit surreal, considering I follow Excel's play for about as long as I've been into StarCraft. Luckily, his nonchalant manner disarms my surprise.
Yeah, I think we play next round. I'm Mac, is it Mach?
I think it's Mach. Like the Mach 5.
I'm Mach, a Terran. Yes, you're an Earthling.
Good job.
Nice.
He misses a beat before regaining his smile, likely surprised that I understood and then answered him.
Yeah, I saw you won your game. Not bad. It's not common to see foreigners at all-out attack. Are you on a team? I'm not. Trying to find one, though. I'm sure you know how that goes.
I grin stupidly, which Excel doesn't seem to mind. He pauses to scratch his cheek before responding.
Well, good luck. Don't expect another easy match. You too. Thanks.
God damn it. At least he laughed. My stress from before is mostly gone. If I lose, big deal. I'm expected to lose. If I win, I beat Excel. I'm still chewing over with which cheese I should perform.
Yes, the cheese. Yes, cheese. Use the term.
I should perform before finally deciding to just play standard. I shouldn't squander the rare chance to practice against a top player. He and I banter back and forth in the pregame lobby for a bit before the game gets underway.
Jeez.
Old school we have a fucking breakdown. Old school Brood War Terran. Plays classic Marine / tank style. Probably about to crush me.
Nice.
I haven't gone up against a player as strong as Excel in a while. There probably wasn't a single player at the VSL qualifier at his level. That only makes a potential victory all the more tantalizing. It's a chance to prove to myself that I've got what it takes. Even if I decided on playing standard, I've still got a decision to make on how to execute my mid-game strategy. This map is well suited for a Hellion attack. I have plenty of room to poke around his expansion since it lacks a choke point. And attack by air might also be a strong option. The distance between our bases is relatively long by land, but it takes a Banshee less than 5 seconds to travel from his to mine. Or mine to his, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confident with both styles. It's just a matter of how I want to execute the attack. Oh, Logan. What would you like to do? Hate run with Hellions or air assault with Banshees?
I don't like the Hellion strategy because what's going to happen is if he's primarily a Marine siege tank player, what he's going to do is he's going to basically he's going to get out a small force fast enough to the point where I don't think the Hellions are really going to be worth it. Air assault with Banshee sounds like it would be a better idea because siege tanks can't fire back and only Marines would be able to fire back against him. Unless he's going to think he's going to prepare for that with missile launchers, but I don't think he's going to with the anti-air missile launchers, but I'd say go with the air assault.
Alright, air assault it is. I cut all extraneous unit production to get out a Banshee as soon as possible. The earlier I'm able to hit, the less chance that Excel will have to right defenses. With my Banshee en route, I clear out a path to his base with a handful of Marines. Denying information to my opponent is important, even if I don't plan to attack from that blind spot. It seems to have been the right choice, as his Marines are out of position when my Banshee arrives at his base. I managed to secure a few worker kills before ordering a retreat. As I don't lose my Banshee, XL has to spend minerals on air defense. Knowing that, I prepare to transition to a full-on ground army. The game is going insanely well. Though XL took his expansion before I did, the damage he took put us on even footing. Full up with an army of Marines, Marauders, and dropships, the bread and butter of most Terran players. Since I cleared the space between our bases, he's in the dark about the timing of the next attack. There's a solid chance that I could do enough damage to end the game. But just as I arrive at the outskirts of Xcale's expansion, one of his dropships unloads a handful of Marines at my base. That's going to slow down my ability to reinforce. Whoa, shit! With my focus on the drop in my main, XL rushes into the army I left outside of his base while I wasn't while I wasn't paying attention. He's got a concave formation on me. So that means that, right?
I guess. I don't know formations.
Just like that, my advantage evaporates. Though I managed to stay in the game for a bit longer, XL widely guards his lead by immediately taking a third base. Soon enough, his economic advantage is reflected in the size of his army. After my blunder, XL's play was airtight. There really wasn't anything for me to do. With a groan, I offer a GG and concede the match.
Dang.
Oh well.
We tried.
Game over. That night I hung myself. The end.
Please no.
Please don't. I didn't exactly throw my lead, but I did get seriously outplayed. Fantasizing about how a victory would have felt doesn't help me keep my mind off the loss. Knowing that I did my best only helps so much. But not a moment later, XL turns a corner with a smile and raised eyebrows. Good game, man. Sorry.
Good game, man. You're actually not bad. I assumed you were here for fun or something. Oh, thanks. I'm here for fun, though. You play really well. I'm surprised most foreigners don't hit timings like that. Good vision control, too, and your scouting was top-notch. You're really not on a team? Are you at least staying at a team house? Oh, are you studying abroad? Nothing like that. I'm staying by myself in an apartment by the VSL studio. So you came to Korea alone and on your own dime, and you're not just visiting.
Dumbass.
Yes?
I just thought about it that way. That was a dumb mistake now that I think about it. I do my best not to seem awkward about my answer, but any reason to worry disappears when XL smiles.
It takes some serious guts to move out here like that.
And stupidity.
I can't think of a single person who's made it out here on their own.
Because it's dumb. A few nearby competitors watch our conversation. It's probably not often that Excel gives his attention to a random nobody he crushes early in a bracket.
I've got some time before my next game. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine.
It's called Ritalin.
Oh, sure.
It's called drugs. With a nod, Excel leads me from the PC area to the back of the cafe. We pass a number of known players on the way there, most lounging around no differently than the cafe's other patrons. Maybe they aren't that different. I guess even professionals like to kick back with the tangle of chords and rush of caffeine every now and then. Games shouldn't be all business all the time, although I bet the KGPA executives disagree. Excel comes to a stop away from the constant tapping of keyboards. He then plops himself into a seat against a wall and invites me to join him with a wave of his hand. I take my seat, look up to find someone I recognize at his side. Jet, a Zerg and former VSL champion. She won Starcraft 2's very first grand final back in the beta. A year ago, she might have been the game's most famous player. Her flippant and inflammatory antics have made her a somewhat controversial figure. She rarely GGs and isn't afraid to talk trash on stage. And there she is, just sitting there. It's all I can do not to stare.
The female double lift.
Is that who it is?
That's a League of Legends joke.
Okay. A smile plays on her lips when she glances past me to Excel.
Excel, seriously? Stop promising my autograph as a reward for beating you. Nice. Hilarious. He can understand you, by the way. Who are you up against next round? Some Zerg dishwasher on LHT/ I hate ZVZ. Oh, Zerg vs. Zerg.
Yeah. Jet rolls her eyes back to me. After a brief appraisal, she lifts her chin and speaks a single word.
Name. What? Oh, I'm Maka-Terran. I'm teamless.
Homeless scrub. Jet shifts her gaze back to Excel as if to ask, why did you bring this noob back here? Before she can actually say anything, Excel comes to my defense with an easy smile.
Hey, cool it with the judgment until at least you've seen him play. Plus, you ever hear of a foreigner that came out here alone just for Starcraft? My man right here did. You have to admit, that's brave.
I'm his man? You just
Excel, my boy!
If that endorsement wasn't convincing enough, he offers one of his classic grins for good measure. The response seems to satisfy her, for now. While I try to keep from showing anything to contradict Excel's assessment, Jet aims her attention back at me.
Didn't see your name on the list of people who made it past the VSL qualifier. How'd you place? I lost my second to last match. The qualifier before that, I dropped out of the final game of the last series. 2 attempts without making it, huh? Hard to tell much from that. Mainly depends on the bracket you had. How do you live out here with no team? Do you stream or something? I used to stream, but I don't get enough viewers to make any money. My following's pretty small.
Small's an understatement. Non-existent is closer to the truth.
Nice. So your parents pay for everything? No, I'm here on my summer job earnings and a little bit extra from my grandparents. How lucky. You never got any handouts.
I'm flashing the double bird. Suck a dick, bitch. This wasn't going very well. Still, Excel looks as collected as ever, watching with a smile as the interrogation continues.
Did you play Brood War? Not really. I mean, I had a copy as a kid, but wasn't good. Had to cheat even to finish the campaign. Oh, then you were only a little bit worse than Jet.
Jet scowls silently at the jab. It's true that the 2 years she spent playing Brood War were mostly unremarkable.
Then this is your first try at professional gaming?
I played CSGO for a while. It wasn't very good. When I nod, she gives me a hard look. Why are you out here? Oh, sorry.
Eh? What do you mean? I'm sure you're aware of your chances. You've been more than 5 years since... Oh, it's been more than 5 years since a foreign pro gamer accomplished anything noteworthy in Korea.
I know what she's getting at, but it's not like I have a particularly great or unique answer. I scratch behind my head and look away.
I mean, why else? I want to be better at StarCraft. Everyone knows that Korea is the place to do that. And why is that? Well...
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you why you want to become better. Oh,
It feels like she's forcibly extracting the truth from me. All the same, I can't leave her expression unanswered. I do my best to avoid showing the embarrassment I feel in my honest response.
Because I want to be a champion, or at least show I can compete at that level. Everyone who plays the game wants that, don't they? You're right about one thing. Every idiot that makes it to Grandmaster and... Yeah, Grandmaster, that must be a rank.
Yeah.
And takes a map off of a good player that thinks they're pro gamer material. A champion, huh? Sheesh.
She clicks her tongue and sighs, but doesn't seem displeased. Well, at least any more so than usual. I wouldn't have much ground to stand on if I disagreed with her. Jet is one of the few who have accomplished what the rest of us dream about.
Don't be so harsh. His style is solid, and he stood toe to toe with me for a while. With enough time, he could compete. What do you think? Why don't you practice with him a bit? I could. Little harm in giving him a chance. That wording was weird.
Oh, wait, back up. What just happened? Did you say practice, and did she say yes? Excel answers her with a pleased expression. Jen takes a moment to stretch before again crossing her arms across her chest.
Stop staring and say something, Mac. Or
Mock. Whatever.
Jeez.
The sound of my... I only say it's Mock because he's Excel and she's Jet.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. The sound of my name wakes
Where's
up...
Iceman?
Yeah.
Where's Maverick?
Goose! No, Goose! The sound of my name wakes me up from my stunned silence. I jolt upright and offer a flurry of nods.
Sorry, I say yes. I definitely say yes.
Jet and Excel watch me in silence until I lower myself back into my seat.
It takes some determination to come out here alone. Let's see if it translates to wins, eh?
With a thumbs up, it's settled. I have somehow found myself with one of the best practice partners in the world. I hope this isn't just for an novelty of playing with someone, some random foreigner.
Excel, it's about time to get back to the all-out attack. Wouldn't want you getting DQ'd if we'll be matching in the semis. Can you be certain that I didn't lose to Mock already? What if this was my way of saving face? Funny, have you lost to a foreigner even once? Hey, you never know who's playing on a barcode account.
What does that mean?
Barcode account, probably it means that they like... It either means boosted, like it's not their account, like they bought it from someone. So they could have a higher rank, so they'd be matched up against somebody, but you're still gonna see them being bad as far as skill.
Yeah.
In the league community, it's called being boosted. You basically buy your account from someone.
I was thinking it was more of that someone has an account, like they're in America, but they have a Korean account.
Oh.
So they're matched up with Koreans.
Okay. Maybe. I don't know. Either way, boosted animal. You sure you don't want to pot split? Final offer. Collude with you? Not a chance. What about you, Mock? Gonna stick around?
A PC bang with the Brussels tournament is a great training environment. The bracket will probably take a few hours to work through.
No, I'm gonna head home. Got a lot of practicing to do tonight. Leaving already? Well, hey, it was good to meet you, man. Be at Golden Zone Fire tomorrow morning, and we'll find out if you're overhyped. Will do.
I rise and offer them each a nod before heading back towards the PC area. The last thing I see is a vague smile from Jet as she leans over and whispers something to Excel.
Nice.
I squeeze my way through the growing crowd and manage to make it through the doorway leading outside. When I hit the street, I'm met with a cool breeze and the rush of voices, sound, and light. This is it. A shot. One final shot to make it happen. One last chance to live the life I want. And then he breaks into song. I quicken my pace, eager for the comfort of a dark room and bright monitor. I know you want to break into song right now. I can tell by the look on your face. But it's fine. We're good. This is the day that everything changes. And then he was hit by a car.
Well, everything did change.
Yeah.
You're gone.
You're dead. Everything changed.
So long.
To not livingness. SC2VN.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm glad I made the right choice, technically.
I believe so, yeah. Let's call it there.
Yep.
35 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, and follow us on Twitter. I am at Moabi88. Logan is
At the Sage Sword.
Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video. If not, GG noob, you suck.
Boosted account.
Boosted account.
Barcode account.
Barcode account.
Even though I'm going to have to research what that means. I've
Fucking
never
bullshit.
heard that before.
It's in the glossary, I just don't want to look it up.
Yeah. We'll find it.
Barcode. An account used for anonymous ladder play. Barcode accounts generally use a random combination of I and L. Generally used to practice certain strategies or tactics without the risk of identification.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like smurfing.
Yeah.
You have a separate account where they don't want you to know that you're a professional player.
Yeah.
But streamers do that. Professional players do that all the time, so they don't get or streamers do it too.
Yeah.
So because if they find out what your name is, you'll get intentionally camped.
Yeah.
And you'll get beat on the entire game, which is terrible.
Sounds so mean. Thank you so much for watching. Catch us next time for another episode of SC2VN. Kingdom Hearts will be taking its proper spot back in after this episode, another week or two, probably.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Probably a week. Probably a week break or something like that.
Something like that. Anyways, thank you. Good night.